Today I'm going to show you how to replace a GFCI. Hi, my name is Michaud and I am the electrical instructor. Today I'm going to show you how to replace a GFI. Now, we have an existing GFI. The issue is, it trips, but it doesn't want to reset all the time. And if it doesn't reset all the time, the other bathroom, which it's linked to through a load setting, it kind of becomes a pain. So, replace the GFI is what you're going to want to do so that you can continue to have a working GFI on both ends, both bathrooms. Okay, this setup here is there's a common bathroom and then the master bathroom. The code only states you need 120 amp bathroom circuit. So if you have two bathrooms, you can have one circuit and they can feed the two. You just need to use a GFCI and feed through the line load. I'm going to show you how to do that today. Okay, so we have a GFCI. This is a 15 amp GFCI, and what this does is when you take it out of the box, you're going to see that it's going to have a yellow band on it. Now, depending on different manufacturers, may have a yellow, may have an orange, may have a blue, depends on the type it is. But it's going to let you know, and it's going to say, caution, you do not want to take your line power, that's your power coming from your breaker, and connect it here. You want to connect it here. When you look at the back, you'll see where it says line. Line means anything coming from the breaker or what it's feeding. So if it's feeding into this GFCI, then that goes to the line. If this is going to protect something else further down the line, then you're going to use the load here. You'll take this off and you'll land those two wires here. You do not splice the neutral, you just land it. Okay, if you have two feeds coming in and you're feeding the GFCI and it's going somewhere else, then you will splice the feed neutrals. If you have other neutrals coming in that you're going to be protecting, you splice those and put a pigtail on the load side. You must know the difference between line and load. Okay, let me show you how to do this. Okay, first thing you want to do, check, make sure the power is off. Now that we know the power is off, we're going to open it up. Okay, so now that it's out of the box, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to identify the difference between the line and the load. Now, you can do this a couple different ways. You can make a mark with a Sharpie. You could put some tape on it. Okay, I'm going to put some tape on it. I'm going to tape the neutral and I'm going to tape the hot so that I know where they go. I'm going to tape my load side. I don't know if you can see it very well. My line side is closest to my ground. My load side is above it. So I'm going to tag this white and this black. I'm going to take a piece of tape. I'm going to flag the white. I'm going to flag the black. Now I'm going to disconnect the device. First thing I'm going to do is connect my ground. I'm going to show you this here. I'm going to zoom right in. Okay. Now, this little fitting here, this is a crimp. This is called a Buchanan. Okay. All it is a crimp. You twist your grounds together, you slide a Buchanan on, and you take your crimpers and you crimp it down. You got to crimp it really tight. If this ever moves, you're going to want to make sure you take it off. I personally don't prefer doing it this way. This is the way it was done. This is the way it's been for years. I've checked it. It's twisted. It's tight. It's not going anywhere. To me, this is safe. I'm going to leave it alone. Next, I'm going to hook up my neutral and my hot on my line side. This is going to be the side that's open. Silver gets the white wire or the neutral. You want to make sure when you move them around that your screws are nice and tight. There is what we call a pressure plate. Slide the wire in, tighten it down. Remember, copper is soft, so you got to make sure you crank it nice and tight. The more you move it, it's going to loosen up. When I'm all done, I'm going to go through and I'm going to tighten every screw again before I close it up. Okay, now that I got the line set, I'm going to do the load side. Once you get to this point here, you're going to want to peel off the warning label. Now, some people put it on the plate. I'm going to put it on the back side of the plate. Now we're going to connect it. I have a silver and a brass screw. Brass gets the hot conductor, silver gets the neutral conductor. Okay. And I just went around and I made sure that they're tight. This is a metal box. Actually, this is a plastic box. I feel more comfortable. I'm going to tape the outlet. There is no requirement on taping the outlet. Now we can close this up. Okay, so let's test it. Tester in. No lights. Press the reset button. Light comes on. Okay, I recommend you check both. Things are good. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to test this a couple times. Okay, see the light's on, it means it's tripped. I press the reset button, light goes off. Press trip, light comes on. I'm going to do it a couple times. And that means I'm good. Okay. One of the things that you're going to want to do is if you have another device connected to it, like in the other bathroom, you're going to want to make sure you check that also. And that's pretty much it. That's how you replace a GFCI. Now, again, you're going to want to make sure you invest yourself into a plug tester. Now, they make the ones with the GFI trip test button. Either way, it really doesn't matter if you have one or not. So, as long as you can test it, as long as you can press the button, make sure it works, make sure your 2 amber lights come on, you know you're good. Now, one of the big things you want to make sure is, if you have something connected on your load side, you want to make sure you plug this tester in and make sure these lights are the same. Okay, you want to make sure they're 2 amber lights. Let me give you a little shine. 2 amber lights, you want to make sure these both are lit up. You want to come back to the main GFCI, press the button, trip it, go back and make sure those lights are off. This way here it protects everything. Now, a couple things that we could do. We could test voltage. Do we need to test voltage? We don't have to. But if you plug something in and it's not working correctly, you may have your line and your load reversed. If somebody hands you a GFCI, see I just took this GFCI out, right? I have no wrap on it telling me that this is my line or my load. An everyday homeowner or somebody who is just, thinks they know what they're doing with electricity, that's where people have problems. So if you're a new apprentice or somebody, a little bit green, that's fine. Take your voltage tester, your meter, test the neutral and the hot. Test the neutral and the hot on both sides. You should get roughly around 85 volts at an outlet. that's when you know you're going to have your hot and your line and your load reversed. I hope this video helped. If this video helped, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. As always, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and click the bell so that you're up to date with notifications. I post videos every Friday. I hope this gives you a good understanding on how to hook up a GFCI with the line and the load. Hope it makes sense to you. As always, have a great day and be safe.